Hey, it's Razor from Razor's Edge Games.org. This is patch V0.7.5.b. The patch last night, the upgrade, adjusted rocks. They did multiple modifications with this. Pretty big upgrade. Unfortunately, I had a tier 3 settlement perfectly laid out, and was ready to shoot the advanced mechanics of running a 300 plus settlement, with iron and all the works. The average, just to cover, I'm going to cover a lot of things about raids and some of the random events, but I want to go through the initial settings, because I think a lot of people are missing this and they're getting pretty bad starts. So when I say bad starts, just the events and things like that. One of the things you want to do when you do select Pioneer, and Pioneer is not exactly easy. It does scale. So as you advance, we're going to call this Razor's Edge 3 because this is our third round here. They did add a new map. It's called what is that? Idyllic. I guess that's for Ideal Valley, which is pretty rich, but in resources, and it gives you these mega rocks. But here's what I wanted to say. Go into advanced settings. Make sure you put all these to Pioneer as well. That's going to help you immensely with the starter random events. Pacifist mode, if you don't want to deal with invading armies and bears and wolves, you can select that. To me, that would be kind of boring. I like the random events, the buildings catching on fire and the waves of bandits, just because it just adds a little bit of a challenge, but not too much as you try to work through and figure out what each building does, what the settings are, because there's not a lot of documentation right now. I'm going to cover that probably later today. It takes about 8 hours. Up to 8 hours to get to tier 3. You can rush it, but I'm going to go ahead and hit start here. And this is going to be our third iteration here. We're going to skip the intro. You can just hit escape. And it'll load the game here for us. I did pick the large map, so it's going to take some time to generate here. But we're about there. All right, the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to hit G, because that's going to show us the desirability. Or no, I'm sorry. We're going to hit F. We want to see the fertile ground. So it allows you to see the whole map. And we'll see some of these mega rock formations. It doesn't give you the whole map. Gives you, the corners are kind of uncovered, not uncovered. But here's some of these mega rock formations that we saw. These are going to be good nodes for some of your work camps. We're just looking for something like this, fertile. This is really good soil right here. We want to kind of look around though. We're looking for water, for our fish, and that's a mountain. That's not going to work. So let's check up here because I'm looking for a specific thing. They're called they're the roots, the herbal roots. Sometimes you get them, sometimes you don't. The medical roots right there. Okay, so this is probably gonna be our starting location. And this does nothing for farms for your cattle. This only has to do with your growth for your farms. Nothing else. It has nothing to do with desirability of your villages. That's all done with decorations. So, and we want something fairly flat. So that's not too far. I'm thinking right in here, folks. We've got the medical route. We've got iron ore right there. That's pretty convenient. We got the medical routes there. We can build a farm here, and we could build a second farm over there. I'm thinking this is the money, and we've got these big rock formations. So we're gonna go ahead and drop our settlement here. And it's gonna say, "Are you sure?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I think so." Another thing you might want to look for is deer. We're not gonna worry about that. And you want to make sure you have enough room to build out your structure. And what I did is I basically from the starting work camp, I build roads north, east, south, and west, just to basically give me that 4 directions. What I did in my game is all my settlements went to this. I went south. That's going to be my south gate. And then the housing is all going to be right in here, on either side of the road. And then everything to the north of that is all going to be the noisy, pollution, construction, undesirable buildings. And I've showed you in previous videos, when I say undesirable, it basically has a negative impact. You'll see red under the building. But they're going to build this out, and I'm just going to let them. Normally, I'd start laying out my roads right now, too, because you got some idle folks. Not many. Just depends on where you drop it. And we can get more people to start working on that just by clicking this. And we can prioritize it. Not that there's anything else going on. But they'll start working on that. And when it gets to the building phase, everybody's going to go idle. So this is a good opportunity for you to start collecting. So I'm just going to say harvest. I only want to harvest trees and brushes, maybe some berries. I don't want them hitting on rocks right now. So we're going to clear all this out. And that's going to give us a good start. You'll see they'll take off now. They're going to start chopping down trees. And it's going to be for a road. And then we're going to click on the road. You can do the little hotkey over here. But I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to start this layout. And I'm doing everything as straight as I can because I got to remember I'm doing gates. All right, so we're gonna build the circle around the kind of the village center here. I call it the wagon, just because it has a wagon at the bottom. And we're gonna I don't want to see you. All right, and then we're gonna click on that, and we're gonna build that around there. I don't know why that's curving like that. We might be able to force it. And we can. You just got to kind of play around with it. Sometimes it makes you just do every single block. And I think we have our whole road here. Yeah, there's something in there. I don't know what that object is. Oh, it was a road. Okay, that makes sense. All right, so we've got our road laid out. And then we're going to kind of do our east and west. And just hit escape there. And we're going to build a road out this direction for our farm. And your layout is going to be pretty large to get that, get all the buildings you need for tier 3. Again, to go to tier 3, you need 25 tier 2 homestead, the homestead houses to upgrade. Everything else is pretty simple as far as resources. It's 100 of planks. I think it's some gold. I can't remember the exact amount. It's like 1,200, I think. I'm just going off of memory here. I like these new rock formations. I'm not going to lie. Stone was always an issue. The issue with the current save, if you're trying to go off of the previous version in that save, you're going to be, if you download the patch today, you're fine. Last night, it actually deleted all the rocks. So we're pretty much forced at this point to go ahead and restart. So we're gonna real quick. We're just gonna build in some quick anesthetics. We'll get to the graveyard here in a second. We're not gonna build house. We're gonna build a couple. We'll build a couple houses again. That's gonna be in this region. What I was doing, and this worked out really well for me, is just do the left and then the right, and that's going to be your housing structure. And we're just going to do 4 to begin with, because then you can build the roads around them. You're just going to be aware you're going to have roads going on either sides. Those are going to be kind of like your different streets. Maybe 3 down, you can do a road sideways just to kind of speed up. You want transportation of fish and meat and berries as quick as possible to the houses, so that they all continue to have resources without any interruption. So we're going to be doing that to the left and to the right, and we're probably going to have one road down and another set of these on either side. That's going to give us our 25. It's not going to spread out way down the map, or just building houses everywhere. That way we can put our marketplace in there, which gives you a prestige upgrade. The school, which has a really good coverage. I did a marketplace on the left and the right of the main road here, just to give myself good coverage and good gold income from selling. And then we need a sawmill. That's a noisy one. So we're going to go to resources. We'll go ahead and plop us down our first well. And I just kind of spread these out. This is usually my break. So when I talked about that, I just leave one in there for the road. And that gives me my road cut across. And then it also gives me room to do some of the decor, like the decorations. You can do these little single guys. This one right here. I don't know if I want to let new people in yet. That's just a message. Okay. I do these little circles, these small plazas. These are really good single icons. Actually, no, that's the wrong one. Where's the single? Yeah, the small shrubs. It's only 5 gold, but they fit nicely in between see these little gaps in here. And they do give it a little bit of a bump. It's just enough, believe it or not, with the school and the extra, maybe a park, to get this whole section to upgrade. Doesn't require a whole lot of gold. I will mention though, after you get, that's a weird place for an iron node, but it's there. It's right in the middle of where I was going to build buildings. That's not a problem. I can farm right over it. And there's ample iron nodes around me, so we're not going to worry about that. And these rocks will probably be clear. I don't think they go away. Yeah, see, they're just big nodes, 250, but man, that's awesome. That's really great. And that's close. I won't even need a work camp to farm that out. So we'll get them some wood here real quick. Let's go to resources. Let's go to farm. See the desirability, and that's a double down. That's bad. So we're really going to want to spread that. We're going to put that away. Everything noisy. Just remember, noisy to the north. And it doesn't have to be north. That's a reference for me. You can build noisy wherever you want. But we're going to do noisy to the north. Again, since we don't have transportation, you want everything kind of close. But that's going to get us some firewood production. And we'll start out with one. Eventually, I'll need two. We'll need two of these saw pits. We'll go over that later. I'm not going to do that in this video. It's just really a startup guide for scouting out, getting the right settings going in, scouting out. But the only thing you're going to have at this stage, you're not going to be dealing with raiders, but you are going to be dealing with random fires, which if you've got your well distribution right, and you've got your bonuses in there because you've spread them out, you're not really going to be dealing with too much. The other thing I want to get started early is I want to go and drop in a farm under food production. We're going to go ahead and get that. We're going to build that over here. We see this fertile ground that we really want that. We're going to get that laid out. And we're going to build it as big as it'll allow us to go without cutting into our area over there. Actually, I'm going to skip that. And I really want to span that out. So there we go. There's our maximum field. The only thing is I want to leave one space in there for a fence. Well, let's do this backwards. Just kind of making sure I have enough room. And this is going to be outside our gate. All right, so that'll give them plenty of time to clear that off, flatten it, get it ready. And we've got room for our farm, for our fence. So we'll go ahead and get that started. I did stone last time, and I think I'm going to do stone again because I got so much doggone stone now, which is freaking awesome. They got these nice stone gates. I don't have to angle them. I don't have to do anything. I just literally just span them out. We're going to leave one room for a gate there. And we're just going to go to town here. There's a rock there. That'll help them out. All right, so we've got our fence, so we don't have to worry about the, where's our gap? I know I left one in there. Tell me I didn't. No, this'll be the telltale here. Go to our gate. There. All right, so we got our gate in there. Why is a gate? I'm not sure why I did that. It shouldn't span out multiple blocks. That was kind of odd. I think our gate's right there. It looks like it. But they'll build that out real quick and they'll start working that farm. As you can see, the log splitters already built our houses. We got some just some roots and some water. We'll get our hunting shack up for food production, so we might want to look for, we'll get a forager up here. What I typically do is I build all the storage over here and build all of my, you're not going to build on that slope. But with the forager, you're just looking for ample resources. And it can literally be anywhere. You can put it down here. And And when it's completed, you just basically redirect. There's a reticle to tell it to go farm in that area. Let's see. I know I saw a deer down there. That's perfect. So let's build our not our fishing shack. We want the hunting shack. A smoker is a undesirable. So make sure we know that bad boy somewhere over here. See the red? We're looking at desirability in that view. But we want that somewhere near where we're gonna put where our hunter is going. I'm gonna extend that road out this way. I wasn't kidding, folks. I'm literally east to west and north to south. But let's get our hunter cabin going. Again, I don't have to build that down where the deer are at. I just literally have to build it somewhere near the smokehouse. And then once it's finished, you'll see that it'll give me a target. And then as soon as you get to tier 2, you're gonna start making income. You're gonna want to start building that wall. And I'm not kidding. You're literally gonna want that palisade wall surrounding all of your crown jewels in here where all the money is, and get some of your towers up. And make sure that this gold production stays in the positive and you're earning money. We'll drop a trader in there, a trading post, so we can start to sell some of the overstockage back to other traveling merchants as they come in. You can sell things like ore, things you don't need, but literally make thousands of gold. And start dropping the decorations in quick. And you can really get up to that tier 3 marker where you can start actually doing quite a bit with barns and cattle and your armor smith with the advanced tools. Really a lot of stuff we want to do. We need a Fletcher in there to restock our arrows. So let's take a look in might not be unlocked yet. Some of them just have, yeah, I need a saw pit. And for a saw pit, I need a storage. So let's go back to storage. And let's just drop one of these stockyards in real quick. These I keep close to home. They don't decrease the desirability at all. So let's drop that there. Once that's finished, that'll unlock some more of those buildings for us. I think that's our gate spot right there. And let's go to gates real quick. Walls, gate. I might have left 2 spots in there by accident. Or they're just not done yet. Not sure what's going on in there. Well, I have to wait till they're finished. But that's just a really quick startup of what I'm gonna do. Laying this out. By the end of the day, I'll be able to shoot a second video of a fully tier 3 city, and we'll be able to go through some of the new systems I have not covered in any previous video yet. I was really hoping to do that last night, but they brought that patch in on us. Had kind of a bad opportunity. I was a little salty because I'd worked all day on that, but not a big deal. Slept on it. Nights passed. It is early access. Got to constantly remind myself of that. Damn, they got coal in there too, right in the middle of my... I might have to rethink this whole housing situation because I just realized I'm on a slope over here. This might not be the best, but we'll work with what we got. I can adjust. I just really want to focus that town center, everything that's desirable in the middle there. But I think we can work with this. So again, this is just a startup tip for getting those settings right without just going to complete pacify. still get a little bit of excitement with some of the wildlife and then the raiders. I personally like dealing with it. Seems like everything hits in the spring. There's no surprises in this mode. As soon as winter's over, you can pretty much count most times on a raid. And then storms at the beginning of each one. I think gates have either changed. It used to show me the gate. I don't know why it didn't there, but we went and plopped a gate in there. Trust me, it's there. So we have the saw pit. That should have unlocked some of the additional things we need in here. And where's it at? Let me go back. Where was I stuck at? Oh, the saw pit. So again, another undesirable, but we're gonna put that over here. Gonna face it towards the road. Then we'll get our herbalist in here and start gathering. We'll do the saw pit over here. Trying to keep everything close so this building stays stocked. So we have our smokehouse. Let's go ahead and point. When I say point, the reason I said you don't have to worry about building the cabin in here, I can go target those deer. So just look where the deer are at. I know I saw that deer icon. I mean, I can see him walking. When you hover over, you can see him running. I just like to target in on where the icon is. I don't know where it went, but we're just going to put it right there. That'll start them hunting down here. It doesn't, obviously you don't want it too far away. And then we'll get the Fletcher in there for the arrows. So let's double check that. Where's our Fletcher? We need a saw pit, so the saw pit's got to be finished. And we'll get our bows and arrows being restocked. Yeah, the arrow, it was right there in the middle. It doesn't mean the deer are just like popping right out of that spot. No, they're just around there. And the arrows, 3 arrows up, really rich. 2's medium. Like coal, this is a great coal spot. Just by the volume. Same thing with the animals. And I believe our herbalist should be up by now as well. Our forager, not herbalist. That's not an ideal spot. As you can see, there's not really anything there. So let's go ahead and change that radius. Where there's more things growing on this side. Including that medical route that we saw when we came in. I may have to go scout that out later, but I think I'm going to drop that there. So that'll be his work radius. And I think we're good. So that's our good setup. And we'll start laying out these houses. And really go to town here. But when you come back, or when I come back, I'll have the full palisade wall set up. I'll have all 25 homesteads, and we'll be all set up and ready to rock and roll. So let's save that. We're just gonna delete some of these older saves because they're just no longer useful. It does give you a confirmation these saves are no longer good for us. So we're just going to go from scratch here. We're going to do a new save. It automatically names it whatever your map is. And just to show you it did it, there it is. So we're good. So we'll be back with tier homesteads in tier 3.